Okay. Doing a little setup here. Trying to get this live feed on the road. Hope you'll bear with me. When I just try to go, and I don't have the best luck. So I'm hoping to... Oh, what's this saying up here? Yeah, I want to watch that. Can I watch it? Is it alright? Okay, yeah, it looks like I'm doing it. Can you see? Alright. Everything's working. That's fantastic. When I did this, the last time I used this software, it had an echo in it, and I couldn't get it fixed. And I figured it out last night. I'm always afraid that my fixes are going to make things worse, so I'm reluctant to try and fix it until I have a really educated guess. But no, I just randomly assaulted things until it worked, and that worked that time. Okay, so what am I doing today? I am working on a pencil and ink sketch like the description says, and this picture, the photo that I saw, was in the cafeteria on the wall behind the two actors who were eating, and it's from the show House MD. It was in a cafeteria scene. There's this beautiful picture on the wall, and it's a black and white picture, and it's kind of foggy, and it's a one-point perspective of an old road going, like unpaved kind of dirt or gravel road, going off into the distance between rows of fence and trees. And there was stuff going on back here, but you really couldn't see it in the photo, so I have to guess that part. So I was sitting there and I was like, oh, that's cool. I paused it, did a rough sketch, and just kind of got it in my mind a little bit. And then I went to town on it while I was listening to the show, which I do that. I'll watch a TV show, whatever it is, and I'm constantly looking at the art in the background. And are you one of those people? Do you find yourself looking at... I'm going to move my microphone down here because I'm going to change spots here. Try to... Wow, what do I got going on? I don't want to hit the screen. Okay. Let's take that guy off there. And let's just draw, shall we? Does everything look all right? Oh, I can give you an update too. I want to do that before I get started here on drawing. Sorry, I'm just like a bunch of teasers today. If you follow my YouTube channel, you'll notice that I did a sculpture involving a wire armature and pinecone petals and some lichen here. And I'll show you first the wire armature. It's like this, sort of. It's single wrapped. This one's double wrapped. I go through it twice. And this one's guts are filled with some stones like turquoise and some quartz and feldspar, a shell I got from the ocean, some Egyptian opal. And he sets on a little tray like that. And it's supposed to hold, I don't know what. Could be a flower. So anyway, I took that wire armature, sort of like that, and hot glued all these pine cones all over it. I know it's kind of hard to see. Wonder if this will help any. Is that helping? Okay. Some lichen there. I have to take off these little strands and clean them up a little bit. And I think he's done. And I want to put that hair on, or maybe I'm going to try and find some more lichen to put on there. Finish him up later. I just wanted to share him with you guys. So I like him. And if you follow my feed, I think the video I did last wasn't finished on YouTube, but you can see me finish this project on my Facebook page. I have some live feeds, some archived feeds there that show the progress of that. So if you want to check it out, be my guest. I invite you to do that. So let's get back to this drawing here. Let's cut off that noise there. Try to get my light set up here so you guys can see what's happening. My pencil stroke's still kind of light. I'm still trying to put things in here. And I don't want to smash them in there until I know that it's going to make sense. Need a card. You know, oh, okay. All right. Just felt a little wobbly when I was trying to draw with it, and when you're trying to be precise, you don't want a wobbly pencil. That's my professional art advice. If you guys hadn't figured that out for yourselves, I'm sure you have. So I'm waiting for the clouds to move. We had the clouds just kind of drop down in the valley last night. It got kind of cool. And when I got up this morning, the sun was just billowing them up and trying to push them up over the foothills. And I know when that happens that we get that on this side from the other side of the valley, which is on the other side of the hills that I'm at the base of. So I'm looking at what's happening on the far side of the valley and understanding that it's headed my way on my side of the valley, because it's just these ripples of mountains that go across southern Oregon. But it was getting up there pretty high and trying to make its way over. Plus they're evaporating a little bit. When they do, it's supposed to be sunny, like bright sunny, and a nice temperature to walk up to the TID, because it is a workout. I'm going to feel it, and I'm going to sacrifice feeling terrible tomorrow for you guys, because I'm going to take you up there, take my phone. Hopefully I'll have a good reception. I can do a Facebook Live up there briefly as I try to get some pictures and find some botanicals that I can use in my next sculpture. So I hope you'll join me for that, and if you're not able to join me, hopefully you'll be able to check it out, because I'll keep it. I'll try to save it so you guys can see it later. So I need to move things out of the way. I can't see nothing. And click on that, move that down. Sorry to do this on your guys' time. Okay, that'll work. Before I get started here, before the taskmaster inside me withholds water until I finish this picture, I'm going to take a drink. Nice slug of Ashland Municipal Tap water. These fence posts are young trees that have been cut down because they got a good diameter and pushed into the ground, and some old barbed wire put on it. Barbed wire. Did I call it barbed wire? Does anyone call it that? I did just now, so I guess I answered my own question. But anyway, barbed wire. These fences have been out here for a while. Sometimes the tree will rot down here at the bottom, the limb or post, and it will just be hanging there, kind of flopping around in the wind, whatever. Yeah, I love these old country roads back here. Go down them at night in the Midwest and look up at the stars. Watch the shooting stars. It's not Sasquatch country. You follow these roads, they'll take you somewhere in pretty much no time at all. Unlike some of the country roads out here in Oregon, they will take you to certain death if you're not careful. You can't just casually follow a road and expect it to take you somewhere better than where you were. Sometimes that happens. I think that's kind of cool out here. You got to be really thoughtful. Everything's sort of challenging that way. I really like how I shaded these trees. I've learned a lot from Paint Lane on YouTube. He does these sketching videos and painting, and they're really nice scenes. Got a lot of trees and vegetation, beautiful kind of landscape looking things. And I love watching his work, and I'm learning a lot from it, so it's like bonus, win-win. Now this tree here, it's a big, maybe it was struck by lightning at some point, and it's got some bark missing there, but still hanging in there. It's a good old tree. It'll take more than some missing bark. Bring him down. There's a culvert here. I don't know if you can kind of see this dark spot here, but it's like a turn in. I wanted to make like a little fence here, and I may still, like not a fence, but a gate. I think I'm going to need to put a gate there. So I'm going to take this post out. Hopefully it'll come out of there without leaving too much behind. I should be able to follow these lines through here and it not look so weird. These are the furrows back here. This field. I kind of followed the lines of perspective and used this point here to vanish. Okay. So, you know what they did back in the day? It was just a chain and a metal sign that said keep the F out. They were nice about it, Christian people, so they didn't put an F in there, but you'd think they would when they fill your ass with rock salt when you're on their property. They may as well put keep the F off. These people down there, they don't play around. They are not down for any shenanigans on their property. And I don't blame them. So let's put in this barbed wire. And we're going to put it in I guess I was thinking about which side is this going to go on. Do you have to think about that when you put barbed wire on a fence, because the animals are going to hit it, and if you hammer it to one side or the other, you want to think about how the animal's going to bump into it. They're just going to push it over, or push the barbed wire out of the way, or is it going to bump up against the post? Or is it wrapped around both sides? Maybe it's like two strands that are wrapped around and twisted together. That way you make sure no animal's going to get through here. Well, if they do, they deserve it. They worked at it really hard. It's not going to be easy. I've actually made miniature barbed wire as a project one time. And I had to research what it looked like. Everyone has an idea of what barbed wire is, but when you're really looking at it, you'll realize immediately that there's different kinds of barbed wire that's made different ways. So there's like double twist, single twist, stuff like that. And I made a barbed wire ring that you could put on your finger. I thought that was interesting. You think as much as I've sculpted barbed wire, I'd know how to say it, right? After a while. And some trees along the way kind of vanish back there, and off to the side maybe. I thought that there might be a creek or something down here, so there'll be trees that follow this creek line. So I'm gonna put those trees in there. Just pencil them in. in between, space them out pretty good so they have room to grow. And then in between going with a little lighter stroke and give an indication that there's a tree back in those woods a little bit, maybe across the way from it. I have to be really detailed here. The strokes are going to give most of the texture that you need to indicate there's trees back here. And they're growing crazy. You know, you don't know what's on there. There could be honeysuckle, mistletoe, could be ivy, anything hanging from these trees, making them look less than perfect. Just gonna want to think about that. Penciling stuff in. And at the base of them, of course, you've got a thicket there of stuff that, like wild berries, stuff that's really thorny, usually grows on the margins of a timberline like that. Don't ask me how it knows, but it likes to live there. Oh, I can't wait to... I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done with this feed, I'm gonna have me some breakfast. I don't know, lunch fist. It's going to be a blend of those two things because I'm going to scarf that down so I have the energy to make it up this damn hill here and go the 300 feet up here to the TID and do a live feed on my Facebook from there. Show you guys the valley, let you see how pretty it is. I'm certainly going to enjoy it, and I hope you guys will join me and check that out. And you can find my Facebook page on, you can go to my channel on YouTube, and I have a link right up there on my banner. Okay, this is the part where I have to really think Paint Lane. I got to channel Paint Lane. If you don't know who he is, he's an artist on YouTube. Check him out. Stuff's really awesome. And I'm going to channel Paint Lane here and get these pillows. He does these, I don't know how he does it. It's just so awesome. And I watch him do it. I'm like, oh, he does it like this. And then when I try to do that, it's like, what? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just have to, I don't know, submit to the fact that I'm not Paint Lane. I'm Mr. Ed Draws. And I need to remember that. I want to be Mr. Ed Draws, so I'll put these in here like I can. Who knows? Maybe people will like them too. Be like, I like Paint Lanes and I like Ed's. You got two different styles you can go by to make your life easier. Variety's the spice, right? Now I want to put indications of limbs poking through so the vegetation doesn't look really dense. That don't look too bad. And I want to be careful about darkening that up because it has to be in the background and I want to convey some atmosphere, and to do that I have to keep these tones fairly light. Oh, that's really nice. That's getting Paint Laney with a little bit of Mr. Ed Draws on there. I like it. And wow, okay. Got a little carried away there. Lost my mind a little bit. Want to have a little bit of dimension around these. Define it a little bit better. I want it to be defined but obscure. You know, I want my whole piece to be a paradox. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. I know it's probably hard for you guys to see. I'm sorry. I wish I had a better webcam. I'm working up to it. If you want to help me out, you can go to my Patreon and drop $1 in the basket, and I'll put it towards my new camera. And it's Mr. Ed Draws, Patreon. And I'm going to try and do the same thing over in y'all. Paint laying this up. And what we do is we put these dark strokes, these pillow, like the undersides of pillows. It's the only way I can describe it, really. And then you got to leave space for the top of it, or else it gets flat or dense. Oh, it drives me crazy. I know how I want it to look. That's the artist right there. That is the cry of an artist. I'm probably using the wrong tools, first of all, and that just makes my life harder. Number 2 pencils don't have the... I mean, the lead comes off, but it doesn't smear very well. It comes off. It's pretty dark when it does, and the only reason why I use a number 2 pencil to start out is because I'm just so used to using them. It gives me a lot of control. And then I'll go in with something a little bit softer and smearier. And if I keep the scale of these in mind, I can take the size of these trees down as they diminish in the background, and it'll look more believable. Okay, I'm overdoing it. Oh, wait a minute, there's still a little bit more here at the top. Alright, now put the limbs in that you can see through everything. Yeah, that's way too dark, I think. Yeah, really concentrating on what goes where. Okay. And I'm going to take up, add some of the detail that I have on this side. I'm going to continue that over here. Am I in the center of my frame? Can you guys see? I think these, because there's a lot of vegetation around, they're going to be a little bit darker. I think they're getting some more shade in there. So I want to color that in a little bit better. And then when I take up this foreground, if I leave this stuff the way it is, it'll pull apart. Right now it's kind of bleeding together. I'm not happy with it, but I can see the future. I know it will eventually separate once I take up the foreground tones and sharpen that up a little bit. Stuff like this goes back forever, looks like. I like that. I'll put that kind of an indication of that still. It goes up there a ways. And again, I know that's standing out, but once I take up some of these other values, I'll know where I can go with this vegetation here. Alright, so now I fix those trees, I can go in here with a little bit more confidence. I know what my tones are going to be, roughly. Oh yeah, I need to eat some lunch fast or some brunch fast. That's what I was waiting for. I have to wait for my stomach to like turn on and stop doing all of its weird stuff before I can eat. And then once it's okay, I eat something, and then I have the energy to do what I need to do. If it's going to be a lot of something, you know, like if I have to work 8 hours or climb 300 feet up this near vertical road. It's probably as steep as a road can. I mean, it's as steep as you can make a road and a car still be able to drive on it and not flip over backwards. Hit my... I might do... You know what? I just can't. I would love to show you guys walking up there, but I'm not going to be able to breathe. I'm not going to be able to talk. I'm not going to be able to do anything but just try not to die on the way up the hill. I'm not. It's so beautiful up there. I'm risking my life. So I'm looking forward to it. Not risking my life, but just going up there where it's beautiful. And I'm being hyperbolic when I say risk my life, but I really do have to be careful because I'm at the age now where if I exert myself, I'm going to dislodge something that needs to stay where it's at. And I don't want to have to deal with that. Thinking about what kinds of plant textures I'm going to put in here. And as I do that, I want to carry that texture down in such a way to indicate that this has a slope. It's like a ditch. And this one's dry. The other side has some water in it, but this side's dry. It's kind of flat. It flattens up as it goes back in there. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I can't draw the curve. I can't picture how it's supposed to dip, like as it goes. How does it dip? Kind of like that. Sort of would be the dips, but I didn't want to do all that because it's hard enough to do this as it is, especially from memory. So I just looked at the picture and did a real quick sketch of it, and that's all I have. I don't have any reference now. I can go back and find it, I'm sure, and look at it and reference it, but that's cheating. Besides, I've been to this place. It's a generic place, but I've lived in this place here. I've seen this. This is what my life's been about. These rural roads. I love them. And so I know what they look like. And I'm hoping to get that familiar with mountains and stuff, which will be my exercise for today. Brain exercise, art exercise, heart and body exercise as I try to get up this hill next to my house to go up to a trail that's up there. It's called the TID, Talent Irrigation District. It's a canal that follows well, you guys will see it if you want to see it. Follow me on Facebook. Be my friend, whatever. I'll be your friend. A beautiful day today. When I woke up and saw it was sunshine, as I then give up on Facebook, every time I open it up, it's like, prepare for rain, Ed. Have a great day. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? You're trying to spoil my day or trying to be a jerk, Facebook? I know you don't make the day, but you don't have to kill yourself announcing what a crappy day it's going to be. I feel like you're trying to spoil it. But not today. I gave up on them. Like, they're not going to spoil it. And you know what? They're not going to make my day either by telling me it's going to be sunny after ruining it for days and days and days. Then they're finally going to be like, guess what? After we've ruined your day for days and days and days, it's going to be sunny. Just roping me in. That's all they're doing. I hope you guys don't think I'm serious. I joke about it. Most of the people who know me know that I'm not paranoid like that. I just joke about it. It just kind of seems like it could be like that. And I don't take it that way. It's just something to talk about. Play with, have fun. This is going to be a really nice one when I'm done with it. And it'll be for sale. I sell these on Facebook. If you like any of my art there and it's for sale, just message me and I'll send it to you. I'll bill you PayPal. It's easy breezy. Yeah, I've been doing art sales on Facebook now for about, I think maybe 4 years. I used to do it on other, like Etsy, and then I had my own website, which I had, PayPal buttons people could order through. But I found it was a lot easier to do business if you were where people were, and getting people to come to you so you can sell them something. That's a full-time job in itself. So I switched to selling on Facebook because that's where all my friends are. That's where people live. They're on Facebook. So I go there and post my art and talk to people and give people a chance to buy some really nice art. And they didn't have to go anywhere or be bugged by ads or whatever. It's like, this is your friend coming up to you and showing you his stuff, and if you like it, you could get it. It's yours, And that's what I like about it. And Facebook tries its damnedest to shut that down. I tell you, they make it so hard for me to try to reach out to let people know that I have stuff. So I have to be really clever about it. And even then, it's difficult. And I found advertising in my live feeds. I found that to be a pretty effective way for now, until Facebook finds out and figures out a way to shut it down. But right now they're trying to promote their Facebook Live. They're really trying to drive this, so we're best friends right now because I have content that they feel like could lure people in to doing the Facebook Live. And I say lure, I don't know why. It sounds kind of torrid, but yeah, to attract people into their platform, to get them to stay there for a while doing these live feeds and draw an audience, get people on Facebook. People would be, I don't know, it just seems like if you're trying to do something unscrupulous, illegal, whatever, Facebook's your best friend and they'll be behind you. They'll support you all day long. But if you're really trying to get ahead and you're not trying to do it in a way that's bothering people, people click to follow my stuff. When I post stuff on Facebook, distribute it to everybody that clicked to follow. They want to know, right? I'm not spamming people. But no, Facebook wants me to pay $4.99 so I can share the posts with the people who clicked on my stuff to follow it. That business model isn't going to work with me because I'm not forking over a damn dime. I'll figure 8 ways around it before I pay any money to Facebook to share my posts with people who clicked on my thing to have it shared with them. So all I can say is just stop by, check me out from time to time, and I should have stuff for you to look at and enjoy. Because that's what I like to do. I'm not about pictures of cats and dogs and what I ate for lunch. I like to post stuff that people want to see. So I want to see it. Alright. That is looking stellar, isn't it? Really like it. It's going to take some ink here in a little bit, I think. And put some barbed wire in there. Now some of those lines are furrows in the background, and some of them are... Okay, what happened? This one needs to go up a little bit. I think the rest of them are okay. Oh, it's had some things happen to it. People have climbed over it, bent the crap out of it, did like an 8-point turn trying to get out of this country road, messed up that barbed wire. So it's okay if it's not perfectly straight. In fact, I think it's better if it's not. There. And I think I need to take that out there. I don't want that to look like the wire goes across. I say it across. I say that. You guys just have to plug your ears if you don't want to hear my terrible, terrible grammar when I speak. I think I'm just going to just line shade. And try to follow that vanishing angle. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And put some random plants out there, maybe. Didn't do a very good job of tilling. Or something blue in there. There's always something out in the field like that. And I want to have some of this stuff pop out of the frame a little bit. So I'm going to work on that. There. That just, it jumps right out and gets you. I need to get a really sharp pencil and then go in and start detailing all of this. What do I have for my time? 40 minutes. All right, that's a good feed. I'm going to call it there. I'm going to work on this some more. I'll probably do some on my Facebook page, so check me out there and follow along, and you can catch the finishing touches of this. That video is there. I think it's number 54, possibly. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for checking this out, and until next time, take care.